There's no speaker. There was no speakers. He went over a bump. The speakers came back on, but the rears did not. So I've just had the stereo on, and I've obviously just turned it off. And I confirmed, yes, the rear speakers are not working. It also said the airbag light came on and then went off, and he pressed the arrow on top. Now I'm not sure if he means the airbag light or the it's got like an SOS system, an emergency driver aid system. I don't know if he's talking about this light lit up, or I'm not really sure. There's no airbag light on at the moment. So on a modern car, most of these cars anyway, where you've got independent units, so all you need to do is figure out where the amp is. You know, if someone comes in with a problem like that, sound not correct, I would imagine the first thing you'd want to check is the amplifier. You know, that supplies the sound to the speakers. Okay, so we've scanned our full system. We've got no faults, so I'm going to pop in to just have a quick look at amplifier and then start physically looking at things. Surprised there's no faults if he had an airbag light on, so I'm not sure if the customer's confused in that or not. Well, we know there's no codes, but let's go into live data instead. Oh, we haven't got much. What's it reading internally? 32 degrees. Quite warm in the boot of this car. I haven't got a lot else. Right, I'm going to go and have a look in the boot. I've got the stereo on. Sound quality is not great, to be fair, for one of these. So yeah, it's going to go butchers. Before we go any further, I haven't even taken the battery out of the way or spare wheel carrier or any of that stuff. It's not got a spare wheel, but a tool carrier. I don't know if you can see that. There's already a puddle of water in there, so I think we know what we're going to find. But let's crack on and see what we do find. So if you can see, these are full of water. These connectors are soaked. The wiring is soaked and feels a bit soft in places. Oh dear. This ain't going to be good. Right, I know it's hard to see what's wet on a video, so we've got a bit of... That's the outside of it, as you can see. It's a sort of what you call, I don't know, cabins or whatever, where the roof would sit. So I'm going to get my hand in there so you can see this. Because again, you can't see it on video unless you lift the torch slightly. Higher. Can you see how? That is a little river. It's the same on the other side. There's our amplifier and bits and pieces. We're going to take it all out, take it apart and see what we can do with it. And the wiring is also soaked. Soaked as you like. So we've got our boot all stripped out, and here's our amplifier unit. You probably can't see very well. I have it out a few days and it's been drying and stuff, but this was so wet. We've got ourselves an eBay job. I wouldn't often advise getting too many second-hand bits, but on a car that's 13 years old, and that part is £930 plus VAT, which is just over 1,100 quid just for the part. I thought we were just better off going for a used one and programming that in. Also sorted out our leakage. Let's see if I can show you. So in there is where we had full of water. We've cleared them both out. Now that little round black bit there, if it'll focus, see that? That's a drain hole. They were both blocked solid, so cleared them out and we've got the water running freely now. So we sorted his water leak. There's no point in replacing the part. So let's go, and you can see this is an eBay special because they've just hacked the loom off. Let's go and pop that in there, code it all in, and then build it all back up. Okay, new one's plugged back in, and this particular one, it's got someone just fitted a tracker and it spliced into the other stuff. So obviously refit the tracker wiring because it was part of the earth circuit for the amplifying device. All right, so we go in with our auto detects it and stuff like that. Yeah. I haven't even turned the stereo on yet. It's working. And it sounds like our back speakers are working already. Actually, I haven't programmed it yet. I'm going to program it because I don't want any issues, but let's have a look. How good are your ears, Reed? Oh dear. Yes! We have sound from the rear. Okay. So that's that bit done. Sorry, this is not much of a technical video, or diagnosis wise, but obviously it's coming with a problem. We've diagnosed it, not your typical diagnosis, but it's going to reread all the info on the vehicle, and we're going to try and program in our used amplifier module. They're not codes or anything, as you can see it works, and you know, it's not causing any problems. It may have different software levels and things like that, so I like just to make sure everything works in conjunction with the vehicle or the control unit. What do we want? What's it called? Amplifier. It should be on this page somewhere, I'd imagine. I'm going to code it to the car. That's already fairly up to date, that one. There's no real coding involved, but boom, there we go. Make sure we're connected in there. It's going to pull whatever files it needs from the server. Very small file. Sorry, let's just do it without the charger attached, because it should be very quick with even that says put a charger on. Coding it in. It's going to ask me to turn the ignition off and take the key out in a second. Right. Ignition off, key out. Scooby doo dooby dooby doo doo. It goes like this. Ignition's back on, as you can hear. This doesn't have DAB. Ignition off again. Key out. It does draw a bit of current with this because it's got an electric steering column that raises and lowers all the time, so it's quite does suck a bit of life out of it when I do that. Done. So now that's all that's really left is to put it all back together. Now what I'm going to do though, stop beeping at me. Tell the customer all the updates that's required on it, and maybe update everything. Okay.